sorry to have to tell you this today, Tom, but you're depressed. Chronically, bro. My prescription for you is get outside, talk with good people, and really try to enjoy life.
Okay. With sound advice and due diligence, I'm outside now. As I push onward through the fog, I happen upon an unusual place and its owner.
We're at Far Out Home Fittings, the funkiest furniture store in 78704, keeping South Austin hot since '09.
I'm an artist. This shop's an easel for creativity. That's the difference between a thrift store and a boutique. This stuff's all hand-picked because it's stuff that I found interesting enough that it should be in the shop.
I was perusing through the store, and then I met. What's your name?
Chris Baker.
How long have you lived in Austin?
A little over 10 years.
What brought you to Austin?
So I was living in Albany, New York, right after I got out of college, and I was doing the whole sort of hippie festival travel thing, and my girlfriend at the time, and I bought a van, and we were coming down through Austin to meet some friends and hang out and check out the town on our way up to another music festival. And the fucking van caught on fire, burned down. Everything that we owned was in the van, and we had just literally packed up our apartment in Albany, New York for this epic road trip, and then all of our shit just burned down in a fire. I mean, we were stuck in a situation that was we don't have a place to sleep. We don't have a place to go. Where do we go? Where do we go to eat? Where do we go to catch a nap? That kind of thing. Fortunately, we have a pretty robust support network. So for us, we were able to fall back on some of that, and it really pulled us out of what could have been a catastrophic, life-changing situation. And a lot of people don't have that. So knowing what it feels like to be on the side of the road, holding up a sign, asking for money, every time I see somebody doing that, it makes me have fucking feelings that maybe not everyone can relate to. So when I started this nonprofit, with the idea being to shelter some of the homeless population here, and I got to talk to the city of Austin about doing a panhandling alternative program that really fired my jets, man. That was I was super into that idea, and being given the opportunity to have a lot of latitude to build a program the way that I wanted to build it, and the way that from the experiences that I've had, I thought would work, was a tremendous opportunity. So we put a lot of work into building what was initially kind of being funded as a panhandling alternative program, and I think that what we've kind of built it into as sort of a transitional employment model is one of the great blessings that I've had in my life. With our Workforce First program, what we've done is we've said we're taking away all of the barriers to employment that exist. You don't have an ID, you don't have a way to show who you are, you don't have any work history, you have mental illness, you have drug addiction, you have alcoholism, whatever it is that's putting up a barrier for you to employment. We say, nah, let's just take that away and give you a shot. And what we're seeing is that when people are given an opportunity to go and work and have the opportunity to break that barrier down from the other side, they thrive. So when we have people that are coming in into our Workforce First program and going out into public parks and working not only to better themselves but also to beautify our community, we're showing the community that these are people who have skills and who have value.
Get furniture and shiny things, and when it doesn't work, blow it up! Far Out Furniture Wrestling. We're gonna go BAM on some bar stools.
She hides from her body, walk right through the wall.
Far Out Furniture Wrestling.
Wandering the woods at night, in the place where spirits dwell, somewhere between heaven and the depths of lonesome hell.
Well, this is a little song called Please Walk Slow. It's off one of my solo records, so. Hey there, mister. Where are you going with my silly sister? She's my heart, she's my soul. You know it hurts me so to see her go. So as you leave, and please walk slow. Hey there, funny guy. Where are you going with the apple of my eye? She's my heart, that girl is my soul. You know it hurts me so to see her go. So as you leave, and please walk slow. After all them little things you did say, mama, still you go, you're just a walking away. There ain't nothing left to do, there ain't nothing left to say, nah. I don't say nothing at all. Hey there, mister. Where are you going with my silly sister? She is my heart. She is my soul. It hurts me so to see her go. So as you leave, and please walk slow.
Were you born and raised in Austin?
Born and raised by an old hippie. Imagine that.
What part of Austin?
South Austin. I'm a South Austin boy through and through, so.
Happy day, I am too.
Amen, right?
There's a few of us left. What keeps you here in Austin?
Well, all the music, man. Really, I naively fell into music when I was a teenager and just kept going. I was kind of ruined when the mayor, he gave me Will Knaak Day and I played Auditorium Shores in front of 5,000 people.
And once you get that bug, I mean, I was playing bar rooms from the time I was 12 on, and I had an idea. I liked it. You know, some of my dad's old musician friends from the 70s started playing with me, and they noticed when the kid would play Johnny Be Good, more people would throw money in the tip jar. But by the time that happened, I was ruined. So at 15 with the Will Knaak Day thing, I dropped out of high school, got a GED, and I was just playing guitar full time. At that time with Alvin Crow, who's like a Texas Hall of Fame fiddle guy, and Johnny X. Yeah, man, he's an OG. He was my mentor. It was kind of an interesting way to get into it. Our house burned down. My mother got drunk, accidentally set her house on fire, and I crawled and rescued my dad. We couldn't get to her. She passed. But the reason that's relevant is that they sent us to live in an apartment on the east side over Oltorf. And so I was in this apartment, and I just played video games and guitar all day. So that's what happened. And then I started playing live and just fell into it, you know. So
How did that affect your music and your musical development?
life as it was didn't matter anymore. And as I go to school, do this, do that, it just seemed irrelevant. Like, what's the point in jumping through hoops when it's all gone tomorrow? And music's very emotional. And, you know, I was listening to Nirvana and Jimi Hendrix and stuff like that. It was kind of like some of my first stuff that I liked. It's really emotional, and the guitar playing is at the forefront of that music. And so that just spoke to me, and I wanted to do it. And when I was playing music and practicing, I wasn't sad about the death of my mother. I was just like in my own world. And so that was a really like kind of a safe place to go. And then it just kept snowballing, you know?
I mean, it allowed you to grieve.
Yeah, for sure.
Finding an outlet to grieve can be one of the hardest parts of any loss. I lost my dad when I was 10 to cancer.
Wow.
And I mean, he was a huge part of my life. And so
Absolutely.
losing somebody that's a huge part of your life, and then you really don't understand the grief until you really need them in your life. What projects are you up to right now?
Well, I play guitar for Blue October, rock band. I guess it fits in the alternative rock, but we call it bipolar art rock. Yeah, man, those guys are great. The band is just on a really good, mature path right now, and the people, it's about release and emotional contact. You're not a glorified beer salesman, which that's what I thought I was kind of doing in the country world to some degree. And I mean, making music for a living is a blessing no matter how you look at it, but I'd rather be giving people something to inspire them or make them feel not so alone or whatever, a catharsis musically, rather than just a party atmosphere like, woo, we're here getting drunk.
Rather than
You
just
know?
woos, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, that's great too, and I'm not saying it's all like that. I'm not trying to harp on it or make a generalization, because those always never are completely absolutely correct. But it's more on that level of emotional catharsis and connection via music rather than a party atmosphere.
What inspires you musically now?
Well, a lot of it is just do the next right thing. Like, I've got to honor this, right? I'm very grateful to even have this position, because I know so many people that are trying to play music and make it happen, and it's not the easiest feat. So to even have a functioning lifestyle of playing music for a living, much less at a fairly high level, is just beyond something I'm grateful for. And so you have to honor that, get better every day, and be happy and make other people happy through music.
Work towards larger goals through your music.
Yeah, amen.
That's awesome. What keeps you here in Austin more than anything else?
Just a lot of freedom here. And Austin's just a beautiful town. If you're trying to move here from San Francisco, it's a really terrible town. You don't want to move here. Just kidding. I hear Dallas is nice.
Dallas is
But
nice.
no, man, I mean, you go run at Town Lake. You got the hill country out west real quick. You got Pines just a few minutes east. Like, you've got all the natural amenities and just great people with big open hearts. So,
Well, thank you. I do
yeah,
appreciate
absolutely. Thank you, Super Tom.
it. Yep. Like Chris and his travels, or Will and his childhood, life can often be unpredictable, and sometimes make choices for you. I think maybe it's best to be, like Ryokin said, unfettered, like a wafting mist. I give myself up to where the wind wants me to be.
Well, this next one is written by John Hartford, and it's one of my favorite tunes. Kind of rings true for Austin, but it also rings true for anywhere you go. It's just kind of one of those tunes about home and good people. It's knowing that your door is always open and your path is free to walk. That will make me tend to leave my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind the couch.